start the recording once again and welcome the YouTube audience back for CLG FC episode 58. 58. So 2-0 over Rolls Reserves, who had a lot of shots and a lot of chances. Cologne United is next. They're not expected to be very good. Granted, to be fair, Rolls Reserves were not expected to be a top contender in this division either. They were expected to be kind of the mid-table side. Cologne, I think, is expected to be a lower table side. But it's hard to say that when there's only 10 teams in the division. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not like, what is a lower table side? Like just 8th? 8th and 7th? Just 7th, maybe? And like, what is mid-table? 4th, 5th, and 6th? You know? I would say title contenders is like 1st and 2nd. Promotion contenders are 3rd. And then mid-table is like 4th, 5th, and 6th. And then lower half is like 7th. And the relegation candidate is 8th, and then 9th and 10th are also relegation candidates, obviously. So the relegation spots, they better be. 48 games unbeaten is a new club record. They definitely outdid us on the XG. Overall match momentum, they actually had quite a bit of it, 20 minutes of it, where they were all over us. Last match XG, they really cranked it on when we went 2-0 up. That was the fear. Opposition last match passes. This was big on the left for them between Stefan Allen and Charlie Hughes. And then that's where most of the shots came from as well, by the way, for them. But we did well. Union beat Chicago in Eastern Conference. That's good. They're chugging along. We do need to do leagues and focus again if it comes up. So we'll see if it does. Got about an hour 15 left on stream tonight. So maximum, we'll say. So there's that. All right. Badger Casuals, Old Blackburnians reserves. They're the last two to kick their season off. They played on the Sunday, or they will be playing on the Sunday. We'll see what happens there. Um, Andy Brown will be out for Colney as a virus. We are still missing cookies. Whoa, Badger Casuals, 4-0. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Media prediction for them is 4th. Is ours first? Is our media prediction first? It is first. So we're actually down to 3rd because they 4-0'd. So they go straight up to the top. So we're not in a promotion spot after the opening game of the season. It's early days. It's early days. But it's also not a long season. Remember, it's only 18 games down at these levels. So we got to continue to push and pick up wins, really. Well, what else do we have? Let's see. I thought that was me for a second, because it looks like my generated face. Oh, he's attacking him in Redbridge, man. Of course he is. Is he in the unders? No, he's in the main squad. Oh, there's no way. This guy's 140,000 pounds. So, Matthew Harvey. That's a bit high for an estimated wage and slight interest, I will say that. Leading level 16 player, but, you know. I want to add here, community outreach and team bonding, please. Thank you. Since that's an off week. Let's see. We are moving into Shouldn't be too long of a processing to get to the next episode. By the way, well, maybe because the transfer window. This is the transfer window deadline in England, so this 31st to 1st is going to take a bit. But we are only 5 days away, beg your pardon, from the next fixture. So once the transfer window closes, the processing will be a lot quicker. That's for sure. Oh, it's not. Oh. Is it moving out? Yes. The storms are moving out of the area already, thankfully. We might. It depends. It needs to keep moving like southeast a little, and we'll be fine. But if it just moves straight east, we're gonna get hit with another small cell. Looks like. Okay. That might be coming within the next half hour. All right. We'll see. So, uh, moving on. Let's keep moving on. What is it? 8 a.m. on the 31st. Oh, man, have to get have to keep moving on. So, uh, let's see. Let's talk about the schedule real quick, shall we? So, our schedule. We were gonna F1 tonight. We did not. Uh, you're not getting him, man.
I
Deal with the
no
raid.
I intend to live by my own code now.
The great Dill. How did the Spurs save go, my man? You gotta let me know. I have a love-hate relationship with the fact that you're managing Spurs. So I only say that because I obviously don't like Spurs. But it's nice to see you managing them. I will say that. So, yo, Meat Addict Rider, what's up? Generally don't know raid time, Matty Chill. God, everybody's here. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Welcome along. We just played our first game of the season. We won 2-0, but we got absolutely battered. They really came at us after our opening game of the season. So thank you for the follow, Matty Chill. Much, much, much appreciated. We're undefeated in 4. We win it all. Oh boy, 2 of those were Conference League. Okay. Dog skip anyway. Ah, thank you, Dill. Appreciate you. Good. It's good that you're undefeated. We are on a 46. I have to go back and actually look at the inbox, but I think it's a 46 game unbeaten run that's stretching into its 4th year. So we went like 6 unbeaten at the end of the first year, and then we went unbeaten back-to-back seasons because there's only 18 games. There's only 18 games. So, you kind of like blow through. I don't want to say blow through seasons, but it's kind of, you know, there's not a lot of games for you. Yeah. 46. Yeah. Where the hell are we in the save? So let's explain the save and then say where we are. So this is CounterLogic FC. It's based off an old esports organization that died, called CounterLogic Gaming. And a lot of the players are former fans, are commentators. We were all at one point connected and loved the organization, CLG. So like Snicky used to commentate them. Shiamus and Akoni-kun were both fans of them. Twinkle is a friend of Snicky, was a fan of CLG. Oh, I remember you talking about the CSGO. That's fun. Glad I can see this. Yes. So the board, or the owner, the previous owner, the actual original founder was a guy named Hotshot GG. That's his actual name. So he is the chairperson of CLG, and we play at Faithful Wall. which is in LythamSt.Anne's and has 300 capacity. So it's not a very big stadium. We've started in the Lancashire and Cheshire Amateur League Division C, which is at the very foot of the English football pyramid in level 20. Um, we won that in the 23-24 season, and then we won that actually with a game to spare. And then we won the Division B over Earlham Steel, who came up with us 2 straight seasons. And then last season we won Division A over Hillgate. And Hillgate actually got reassigned because once you get above Division A, because it's like they call it a pyramid, but it's really like a diamond, right? So because there's only like 4 or 5 leagues at the bottom, 3 tiers in England, and when you move up to level 17, it's like all of a sudden 20 of them. Sometimes they reassign you to keep you more local so you don't have to travel as much because obviously players down here are driving themselves to the games and all that stuff, right? So Hillgate actually got reassigned. They are in the Craven and District League Division 3. We did not get reassigned. We went up to the Lancashire and Cheshire Amateur League Division 3. So, very cool, dude. I'm a lurk a bit, man. Fun save. Awesome. So, thank you very much for the raid and for the lurk. So, we didn't get reassigned. We just kept up in the Lancashire and Cheshire Amateur League pyramid. So, there's Division 3, 2, 1, and the Premier Division for this region, for this district, whatever you want to call county, even. And then after that, you move on to somewhat like wider leagues. You know what I mean? So, um, English Pyramid is hugely confusing. We have had to finagle the salary. So a club at this level does not have this kind of budget or money. But in order to keep the community members at the club, because it's an amateur, traditionally it's an amateur club, right? Or it's an amateur league, or it's an amateur division. Usually your players just get sniped left, right, and center the whole season. Um, it's just the nature of not being able to pay players. So in order to keep them at the club, we've had to make the club semi-professional or professional and actually give the players salaries. So that's the only finagling we've had to really do. Um, it's just a consequence of having a community save with community members and being in an amateur division. If we were like in League Two or whatever, it'd be a totally different. Like if we started in League Two, it'd be a totally different story, right? Um, thank God the transfer window's done. Oh my God! It also means that our players get bid up every freaking transfer window possible because they've had 4 years to develop playing first team football. Thankfully, the window's closed. We've got Colne United in a few days. They're not expected to be very good this season. Um, they struggled last season in this division. They were actually at the bottom for much of it, and then they climbed themselves out with about 5 games left. Easy dub. I don't know because Rolls Reserves wasn't supposed to be either, and they had 16 shots, and I believe something like 8 or 9 of which were on target. They like peppered us, and they only had 33% possession, and they just kept coming at us, and I was like, Jesus. So I don't know. I was sweating a little bit on that one. Um, but yeah, it should be a good one. The game is going to take a little bit to process because we do have a very large database. That's the only, I guess, um, warning I can give you guys is I think the database is now over 400,000 players. So it's a very powerful computer, but it's just an extremely large database. So uh, you have to give it a minute or two, especially the the when the window closes. It takes a little bit longer when the window closes. So now that we've just come from Monday the 31st into Tuesday the 1st and the window's closed, it's going to be a minute. We also want to do uh oh my God, they're still making it. When the freak does your transfer window close? Uh, when does the Premier League transfer window close? So, rules. It's in here somewhere, right? It's still open. It closes tonight. Oh, fuck's sake. The game's going to be stopping every 2 minutes. I see you played sim racing. Do you play iRacing? So, Jesus Christ. Uh, I I have seen iRacing. I don't really play iRacing. I will say. I do have. I used to have a subscription. I'll say that, but uh, uh, fuck no, you're not taking brat. Reject all loan offers. Thank you. Um, I play mainly the F1 game. That's been the one that I've played. I've played a little bit of ACC. I'm not very good at ACC, mainly because I haven't actually learned to race without like traction control and stuff yet. So, I got thrown into ACC and I just suffered straight away. It was just suffering. It was just all suffering. But um, mainly somebody told me too is because I think I picked a Porsche in that game, and the Porsche has like no traction control whatsoever. So, which is the reason why I suffered. But I do have AC, and I play mainly the F1 games. I actually played one. I want to say over the weekend. I played one as well. I think I played the China race over the weekend, Shanghai. So, um, I do like iRacing though. I like what it does. It's just it's not. I'm nowhere near ready to jump to that level. I will say that. And I don't play it enough to really warrant paying a subscription for it, you know? Okay, my friend was pretty big into iRacing. It's a great game. It is a great game, I will say that. I'm not, I'm decent at the F1 games, and I've mainly always played the F1 games. I've been playing the F1 games, well, this iteration, I would say, since, F1 2010. But I haven't really played anything else. I'd have to go back even further if I played like a rally car game or anything else related to auto racing. So I think NASCAR Heat 4 is like the only other game I've really played, and which is fun, by the way. That was a fun game. Heat 4 and Heat 5. I actually really liked Heat 5 as well. But if you're a decent at a racing game, you were a ton better than me. Those games I can't get. I'm okay at F1. I wouldn't be competitive in league racing. I'll put it that way. Um, and I do play some older F1 games as well, by the way. And like I play F1 2012 still because I've never completed the career mode on that, and I want to, and I'm in the last season, so I might as well. But I am actually racing without TCS and ABS in the older F1 games, but it's the newer ones that I can't get a handle of it. So, uh, but even then, like I have a friend that I race with, actually Snicky, who's on this squad. We do a co-op career mode together whenever they have time, which is usually not a lot, but they're usually very busy because they are a CS commentator. I used to commentate Counter Strike, but I retired from commentary, so at least of Counter Strike, and they're still commentating. So like they're always busy. They always have gigs. They always have you know games that they're doing, and I'm now enjoying my esports retirement very much. It's the best decision I've made this year is retiring from commentary, but at least of CS, right? So uh, I say that because I still commentate Unreal Tournament, and I probably will always still commentate Unreal Tournament, but Unreal Tournament is not a game that's played very often, so those opportunities come up literally like maybe once every 3 to 4 months, once a year. So it's but the reason I say that is because Snicky has a lot more pace than me usually. Now you are commentating on the games you play. Exactly, you're exactly right. Um, but whenever I have raced, especially in the F1 games. Uh, the English is hard. I know I mess it up all the time. It's awful. But the games that I do race, Snicky has always had better pace than me. But We'll see. West Ham beat Leyton Orient in the League Cup. That's good. That was what, second round, third round? What round was this? What round was? Oh, come on, guys, just show me the round. That was second round, right? No, that was third round. So West Ham are into the fourth round of the League Cup, which is now the Carabao Cup for sponsorship reasons. And the window is actually closed. Thank the Lord. Um, so we've got 3 days to the fixture. We do have one of our starters out. Cookies is out. He tore his hamstring on in one of our preseason tournaments. So every year in the preseason we run a league and a cup. And Cookies tore his get out of here. Cookies tore his hamstring on in the league. So with about a month to go to the regular season, so Dwight bit. Oh my God, my backup keeper just twisted his knee in training. Uh, I mean, it's not long, 5 to 8 days, but it is going to be. He's going to be out for the Colne United game, which means I'm going to have. I didn't even name him. Oh, Rollins is still named. I'm going to have to. He's reacted badly to the collective win bonus, but it's a normal collective win bonus. Why would it react badly? It's literally at normal level. I don't know. This FM is just a confusing fucking game, isn't it? Um, but yeah, we'll have to go with Rollins for now. And Rollins is not a keeper that he's just not going to make it, man. Rollins is just not going to be good enough. So there is that. We've got 2 days to go until the fixture. So we'll be ticking over to 2 days to go, I should say. Uh, so there is that at least, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm so excited. I'm so happy to get back into the actual season. We do watch parties every off season of one of the big tournaments. So like the first after season one, we watch the Euros. France beat Spain 1-0 in that game. After season two, we watched the Gold Cup, the CONCACAF Gold Cup. The U.S. beat Canada 3-2. I can't remember if it was full time or after extra time, but they did beat Canada in that one. And we actually just last uh, night, was it last night? It might have been last night. We actually got through the World Cup in our third off season, and England beat Spain 2-1 after extra time. So, uh, but that won't be coming up for a few episodes. Our schedule, that's what I meant to talk about, is the schedule very quickly. We do have a lot of Football Manager coming up. I was actually going to play F1 tonight, and I decided not to because I just didn't want to white knuckle because I'm the slowest car in the field. But I have enough pace that I can stick it in the points pretty consistently. It's just defending the cars against the cars is the only reason I finished in the points is because I will literally pass and then spend the entire rest of the race defending the position. So it's which has been like the China race was the case, and I got a podium out of it, but it was like 54, 53 laps of just the most nervous defending, and I'm like I don't want to do that again. At least I need a few more days before I can go back to that because that was just a mess. Schedule. If you click my name on Twitch and you see all the things that run on the bottom, about chat is on the far right. In the middle there should be something that says schedule. So I have my schedule up for Twitch. It is set up. We've got a stream tomorrow, more Football Manager. Friday we're coming back, so no stream Thursday, no stream Saturday, but Friday we'll be back. Sunday we are going to do the Miami race. Um, so there is that. Miami fucking sucks too. It's such an awful track. Awful track, awful city, awful venue. And then next week we've got a lot more Football Managers. So Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week is all Football Manager. We have Saturday off, the next Saturday, the 28th. And then the day after that, on the Sunday, starting that day, the 29th, straight through to the end of the Olympics, we're going to be live every single day from 7:30 in the morning till 9:30 at night. We're going to be doing an Olympics watch along. Obviously, you won't see any coverage here because you can't rebroadcast it, right? But I have a spare laptop here. I'm going to put it up there. We're going to be watching stuff together, talking about stuff together, playing a lot of Football Manager. F1 2012 is going to be in there. F1 24 is going to be in there. Football Manager is mainly going to be the big game that we're going to be playing. And on top of that, Hearts of Iron 4, which I have yet to stream ever. So we are favorites for this clash. We are 1-4 favorites for this matchup against Cologne United. Andy Brown is still out with a virus. Cookie's still out with a torn hamstring. Cookies might. I have to actually check the injury to Cookies because it's been about 2 months. We have an under 18s fixture clash. Oh, that's fine. Upcoming competition to scout European American and Super Youth Cup. Yes, that's fine. Why did I do that? Click scout. Any position from tactic. I don't really need. It's a youth cup, so I don't really need to change the age. So I can just click assign. Why does it not let me confirm? Why is it not letting me confirm? It's made me do it twice. Yeah. It's made me do it 3 times. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Not that the recruitment focuses find anything because they haven't. Because if you look at our recruitment focuses, I have 4 of them and we found nothing. So, and our scouting coverage is, I mean, we're limited to the UK, sure, but uh, it just doesn't make sense, man. It just doesn't make sense. Anyway, um, but recruitment focuses are broken in this game anyway. So, 1 day to go. Oh, I meant to check the injury to Cookies. Oh, I have to remember to do that. That was the one thing I wanted to do, and the game literally stopped processing as I mentioned it, and I looked at something else. I can't multitask. I tell my girlfriend this all the time. I said I just can't do it, man. I just for some reason I can't do it. Where are you, Cookies? Medical center? That's fine. Cookies. 3 to 5 weeks. So if I go to the calendar, so Cookies is out. This was the game Cookies got injured in, by the way. So it's been about a little more than a month. Um, so 3 to 5 weeks. So Cookie's out this game. He was out the last game. He's out this game. He's out the Langho under 21s game. He's going to be questionable for the Standish St. Wilfrid's reserves match. And the latest I'll have him back is against Carlton Sports Club. So 3 to 4 games for Cookies before he's back. But it's finally time again. Autosave means the game's about to tick over days, which means we are finally at match day again. It is going to be match day once again whenever the game actually finishes saving. I'll show you the database in a minute, by the way. For more info on the actual DB, you can type !DB and it will show you the database. All right, it'll give you a direct link to the database as well. So there is that. It is Dan FM Databases England Level 20 database. So we started with 200, and it was like 290,000 players, maybe 295,000 players. We're now above 400,000 in the DB, 4 seasons in. So uh, it's been a ride. I'll put it that way. Um, let's see. Let me close the schedule, the tab, I should say, with the schedule on it, and then we'll move along here. So, okay, cool. Vieira unveiled his new Philadelphia manager. Philly got a new manager? I didn't even know Philly fired their manager. Okay. That was shocking. That's news to me. Uh, we got Nantwich under 18s in the under 18 league as well. We'll see how that rolls. Vieira to join Philadelphia as head coach. Mauricio Vieira has joined Philadelphia. What is going on here? I didn't even know that Tyler Harrison's hurt. Fuck's sake, guys. How many more injuries? Third versus fifth for the marquee matchup for the weekend. Which, all right, fair enough. Expectations is that we win. The board wants us to play counterattacking football, and we've just ignored them. Essentially, we've just ignored them. If I go to Club Vision, they say play counterattacking football, play counter. I do not like counterattacking, but then they tell me to play entertaining football at the same fucking time, and it's like, guys, you can't have one without the other. Oh, he got hurt in the match, the under 18s match. Counterlogic 18s, under 18s enjoy big win over Nantwich under 18s. What was the score? 5-0. Woods, and then Hammonds, and then Woods again, and then Hammonds again, and then Woods for his hat trick. Ryan Woods, player of the game, absolutely hammered the shit out of him too. So that's 3 wins on the trot. Well, 3 wins out of 4. We are top of the under 18s league. So that's good. Harrison, he's only out 2-3 days. That's fine. That's literally fine. So we have got ourselves a meeting. We've got ourselves a match. We have a strong part. Yeah, we know. Let us save the game real quick because I need to. And we'll get into it. So we will get into it. Let's see. We basically haven't changed formation for the last 3.5 seasons. So we're just gonna keep on trucking on where we are. Bishop is actually coming back. He's got 3 days. Ineligible for Harrison. Cookies is still hurt. 3 to 5 went. Oh, the Honeywell game is where he got hurt. Silence ineligible, but we're fine. Let's move into the game. We've got our walkout song ready. Or at least I've got it ready. And Jack's not confused anymore. I don't. The thing that I would like to see going forward is this crap here get fixed because Jack asked specifically to play a certain role. I give him the. I'm sorry. Spaps. It's not Jack. I beg your pardon, Jack. It's Spaps. Spaps asked to be a wide target forward, and a default for that, a default role or whatever you want to say, duty is that you hold up the ball. And for the last 10 games, Spaps has been coming to the screen, said he's confused why he's being asked to hold up the ball, but then under his contract, he asked to be a wide target forward, and that holding up the ball defaults with that role. So it's like why? So England FM25, my wish list is fix that cockamamie bullshit. They've made 2 changes, I should say, from their last game. We are getting ready. So here we go. We're going to point the finger and tell them if you carry on your last performance. I don't want to say that. They gave up so many shots. We are at home. So it's okay. The inspired Frack. At least Frack is listening. Anyway, let's get into it, shall we? It's time! We won't get peppered again, hopefully. Hopefully. Cologne United are coming out in a 4-3-3. This is actually the same formation that Rolls Reserves played against us. That's the table. Badger Casuals played on the Sunday. They were the only team to play on the Sunday. They played old Belivington's Reserves or something like that. Smashed them 4-0, so they went top of the table. But we're underway. It's Cologne United that get us started here in the opening minute. And we will have the ball in the second half. We are in our Counter Logic Gaming blue and black. They're in the yellow. And we are underway. It's not going to be a kickoff highlight, is it? Pizarro back to Williams here on the left, working the left. Then it's Drewbury. Donald. Back to Alexis. I'm sorry, not Drewbury. Dewberry. And then it's no, there's no highlight. So here's Hutchinson with the ball. That's going to go wayward. Frack will cut that out. You should have stuck tighter a little bit here into the open space. It eventually does find Twinkle. So here's the Konikun. These two are the ones to watch. Konikun and Sheamus on the left. Sheamus loves to make this run on the left. And usually the ball over the top finds him. So here's Sheamus. That's a good dribble, Sheamus. Go on, Sheamus. Oh, what a save. Szymanski's made the save, and it's going to be a corner here in the 3rd minute. So we were really slow out the blocks last game. I think we took us like 15, 20 minutes before we had any momentum in the match. Well, that's going to fall to Twinkle. He's absolutely punted that into a player. Oh, boy. Phoenix is here. It might be Phoenix, but and he's got a lot of space. Back to Pizarro. Back to Phoenix. On the left. Is he going to cut inside? No, that's a good win part. It's a shame the ball rolled out because otherwise that would have been a fantastic play. But it is still a good tackle from Parks. So, did I see that Spaps has been booked less than 5 minutes into the game? So, there's Berman. Oh, Phoenix, and he's absolutely skied it even over the brick wall. So, as here's Ben Brindley, a Konikun. Myself to Jack, a Konikun here. Oh, good ball. Good ball to Sheamus on the left. Sheamus now. Cross comes in. Snicky scored that last game. This time it goes out for another corner. It'll be the 9th minute here. And I believe this will be Sheamus to take the corner. Yeah, him and Frack usually take the corners. Here's Sheamus with a floating ball. Back post meant for Spaps, but Szymanski has come down with it. We actually do not have much of the possession here in the opening quarter of an hour. We're only at 48%. We usually are a possession-based team. I like to play possession-based football. Possession attacking football. So that's what I like to usually play. It's the way the team is set up as well. Parks on the right for Spaps. For Brindley, we could switch it back through the middle of the park if they wanted to. Konikun here for Snicky. Snicky, that's just not a good touch. It's going to come back the other way. Good cutout from Frack, though. Keeps things on for us. Brindley's been pickpocketed. Whose highlight is this? Jesus. Williams, Phoenix, Donald, Hutchinson. They're starting to move the ball well. On the right, I think Abba stayed on. No, the flag goes up. It was awfully close, I know that. But Moses Abba had just drifted off sides. Here's Donald now for Cone United again. Still scoreless. 19th minute. Brennan. Stay with him, Parks. Brennan with the cross. Donald there. Frack has had to head it behind. And Cone United will grab their first corner of the match. So. Abba. Moses Abba. That's a wicked cross. Williams couldn't get in front of it. Spaps at least heads it clear. Now it's going to come all the way back to Donald. Williams, can he turn and shoot? He's closed down. Belgrave back to Abba. Good cutout, Frack. That's going to roll out. That's a shame. He said the same thing. The same thing Parks did on the bottom side, on the right side of the pitch. Frack just did on the left. So now Belgrave will throw it back in for Coleman. It'll be Hutchinson to Moses Abba. That's a good cross. Brendan back post. Parks wins the header. Pizarro here. Can't get a shot away. Phoenix has booted it over the same brick wall. And I'm about to build a taller brick wall and make Cone United, or at least Phoenix, pay for that wall. Who's kidding? It's level 17. There's not even money for the brick and mortar themselves. Sheamus on the left. It's a good ball. Frack. Back. Oh, I was going to say maybe an opportunity to come back through the middle. Twinkle here. Sheamus. Konikun. It's really crowded in this part of the pitch. But Sheamus still finds a way. Got cut back. Yeah, I was going to say the cutback. Twinkle, maybe too heavy a touch. Frack will come down with it. Frack gets a cross in. Snicky's there. Doesn't win the header. I've blasted it, and it's gone wide. Another goal kick. So, Parks with a big header. Dewberry to Phoenix, though. It's going to be Cone United's ball here after the header. That is a good I was going to say, he wanted the cutout, but he didn't win it. And now it's Pizarro. Players have got to get back into position. That took a wicked deflection. That's going to be Cone's corner. Brott has been phenomenal for us so far, by the way. He's really good last game. Jack actually was excellent last game as well. He made 2 goal line clearances. That's why I'm like, I don't want to say we played well. I mean, we did, but like, they played well as well. Like, defensively, we didn't play great. Because Jack had to clear the ball off the line twice, and Brott had to make about 6 or 7 saves. So, actually, probably made more than that. I think he made about 9. Sheamus on the left. That's a good ball. Snicky. Did they stay on sides? It won't matter. Williams has put it out. It will be a corner. 25th minute for us. And Sheamus will take this corner. Well, that's in a danger area, but it's headed away by Williams. Twinkle tried to put it back in, and Hutchinson will nod it out towards midfield. Now the reset. Myself. Players need to spread here. Sheamus is calling for it on the far side. He's at least, might be Frack actually. He's at least gone out to the chalk. And yeah, the players seem to have reset their position. Parks, Spaps, did he stay on? Looks like he did. He's kept on by the center back here. Twinkle, myself, back to Twinkle. Needs to go wide. The run needs to come in. So sloppy with it. If the run had come and there's no, he should be offside. If the run went, then that ball could have just been looped. There was plenty of space to just feed that, even on the ground, feed that ball through towards the left, out wide. But the run just, the fullback was hesitant to make the run, and then it caused a turnover. The uncertainty did it, at least, right? Spaps could have played that down the line, but no run. Parks will try and take it here. Now it's me. There's really no outlet. It's going to have to go through the air. Konikun trailing, and Belgrave will put it out behind. 31st minute. It'll be Frack to take this corner on the left. Whipped in, and Belgrave gets it. The header off the bar! Off the bar and cleared. Konikun's going to run this down. Twinkle, Parks. It's still there for us. There you go. Somebody drop in. Oh, Spaps! That's such good ball movement. Belgrave's cut it out before Snicky could make the run. I was going to say, guys, so one of you come down with it, please. Jeez. But here's Moses Abba. Whipped in. Hutchinson had that way over. And that is a goal kick. Here's Pizarro. Brendan. Pizarro will get the cross bend. Abba is there waiting. Sheamus heads it out. Corner. Cone United. It is the 38th minute. Lim reserves have leveled versus Old Blackburnians reserves. That's the team that lost 4-0 to... Oh, wow. Yeah, Old Blackburnians reserves lost 4-0 to Badger Casuals. So Badger's top. We're on 4 points right now if this result holds. We got plenty of football left, but it is the 40th minute now. Snicky. Have a go, Snicky. Snicky has a go. Snicky! Brilliant. Brilliant strike. A curler. And just like Ben Bridley did in the first game, it's Snicky who will do it here in the second. What a crack. Zeminski, that's just way too well placed for him. Tight offsides. Now he's on. No, he's way on. Or they're way on. Lovely stuff. And that is a big, big goal. Now, it opened up the game last time against Rolls Reserves. We'll see if it does the same here. We scored twice in about 5 or 7 minutes last game. Didn't score after that and got peppered, but hey. Alexis. Meant for Donald. Donald actually won that header, but Frack comes down with it. That's the end of the highlight. We are moving into 2 minutes of added time, and it's halftime, just like that. 1-0 at the half. It's not been a great match, but we at least have the lead. And I would say have been playing as the better side. I think we're doing well, but we can definitely find another gear. That is very much true. We will have the ball to start the second half as well, so that's a bonus. Jack, myself, Brindley here. No changes just yet. I'm looking at Spaps as potentially the first change, just because he's on the booking and he's the poorest rated player on the pitch right now. So, just to get somebody else in the game fresh. Like, do I even have an AMR that I can put in the game? Yes, LythamSt.Anne can come in the game. Sheamus, that's a good cross. Oh, it's too far for Sticky. Comes down for Twinkle. Here's Ben Brindley for Parks on the right. This is going to be, he's got so much space to whip this cross in. Like, and he's skied it. It didn't need to be skied that high. The pace of the cross is equally important as the finish. You know, if he had started that cross further back and just tried to whip it in, it would have had pace, which meant any head forward would have had the pace to challenge the keeper, just like that almost did, but Spaps put that wide. But here's a Konikun. He is our free kick specialist. Konikun! Close, but no cigar. But now we're playing better. We're starting to have a lot more chances down the other end. They had huge momentum for the last 10 minutes of the first half. I shouldn't say huge momentum, but they had good momentum. We managed to score against that run of play, despite dominating the opening 35 minutes. This is the last game of the night, by the way. 61st minute, Jack. Ben Brindley. I think I'm going to make that swap. It'll be LythamSt.Anne coming in for Spaps, who's been good, but not anything phenomenal. And is booked. Spaps, good cross. Snicky. I mean, they tried their best to do what they were given. It's a double change for Cold. We make the sub as well. So LythamSt's on. Twinkle might be the next sub. Here's LythamSt. Good dribble, LythamSt. Oh, he's just come on and he's just had too heavy a touch. It's going to be a corner at least, but that could have been a lot more if the touch wasn't so heavy, right? So, 63rd minute now. Sheamus to take this corner. Whipped in. A lot of people in the box, but it will head clear. Konikun will come down with it and give it right back to Donald. Frack for myself. Brindley. LythamSt. Snicky. On the left. I was going to say, Sheamus, that's way too late. Sheamus made that run into space on the left, man. Oh, Snicky! Off the post. Or no, Szymanski got a hand to it. It's whipped back in, and Szymanski again. Wow. So close. That was like a double chance. We've somehow not come away with a goal there. That first shot was really good too, and somehow Szymanski got to it. Here's Brindley, LythamSt now on the right. LythamSt has been with us 2 or 3 seasons. Here's a Konikun. Back to LythamSt in space. Not a bad touch. LythamSt, somebody's got to make the run. Come with him. See, now you got to float a ball to Brindley. Somebody needs to come forward to make the run. Because then when you step forward, LythamSt can actually pivot himself out of that position if he wants to, right? So, here's Ben Brindley, LythamSt. Parks. You want to allow, if you're here with the ball, if you come forward with the ball here, you can allow the rotation to come behind you. So, or around you. Sheamus might be off it's not going to matter because it's put out behind for a corner. They've made a second change. Fisher's on for Dewberry. So, that's a second change for Colton United. Old school sub rules down at these levels, by the way. No sub windows or anything. You just get 3 subs all game. That's it. That's all you get. Old school sub rules down at these levels. So there's Frack with it. Frack with the Thompson's in so much space. Frack. It was a good idea to give it back to Brindley too. The angle was too hard, but he didn't win the header. Twinkle now for Frack. That's a 50-50 ball. Davies wins that 50-50. And Cone come away with it. I think Twinkle will be the next sub. We're going to bring on our new guy, Sam Wellman, who made a fantastic debut at striker last game. This game's coming more on the position that we signed him for, and that's defensive midfield or midfield center. We play a staggered and asymmetrical 4-2-3-1. So the game thinks it's a 4-1-1-3-1, but that's what we play. That's a really good ball to Brennan on the right, and that's a good block from Parks as well. Or, beg your pardon, that was Parks. Wellman's come on for Twinkle in midfield. This ball's whipped in. Williams is there. Great save, Brott. And Davies has absolutely skied it. That's a huge save. Eddie, Fast Eddie with the raid.
I intend
Welcome
to live
along,
by my
Fast
own
Eddie.
code now.
We are trying to hold on to this win. Here's Snicky. He's lost the ball, but Brindley's going to come up with it. Brindley, is he going to have another go? He might. He's going to have another go, and he skied it this time. So, Fast Eddie Ray. What's up, Eddie? How was your stream? How is Port Richmond doing? We have one more sub we can make, and I think a Konikun is going to be this. I don't have an AMC. I could do, well, I don't have an AMR either, or a DR. I don't have a DR. I'll leave a DL, or I have a, tell you what, we'll give him his first minutes of the season. We'll put on McKindy. We broke, but we're winning in Port Richmond. I can't spell either. Nice. That's my FM10 save. My FM10 save. Oh, that's got to be a red card, mate. That's got to be a straight red card. There's no way that's not a straight red card. He's got to be off. Yeah, he's off. Jez Brennan's off. Koner down to 10. Parks took a nasty tackle. Akonikun's down now, too. Jesus Christ. So, 17-2-1 in all competitions the inaugural season. We lifted 2 cups that we created. The preseason ones, yeah, we've won most of those too. They're always fun. It's a good way to have preseason, I think. I always do 1 league and 1 cup. So, nice. But yeah, my FM10 offline save. I started at Worcester Park. We had 1,200 quid in the bank. 1,200. That's all. We made the FA Vaz 6-round proper, and we've made the Combined Counties Division 1 Cup final and the Combined Counties Premier Cup final, which is Premier Cup is Division 1 and the Premier League or the Premier Division for Combined Counties. Sheamus on the left kept that in. That's going to be whipped in. Thompson there. Davies heads it out. It will be a corner. But it's helped me turn a profit in consecutive months. Yeah. Now we have the Richmond Invitational going mid-season multiple times. Oh, okay, nice. Yeah. I didn't, obviously, because the season I was in with Worcester Park, the league is 40 games. And then you had 3 cups, the FA Vaz, the Combined Counties Premier Cup, and the Combined Counties Division 1 Cup. So we're playing and we made the 6-round proper. So we've probably played close to 55 games this season. So, but the prize money meant we went, oh, that's a blast. And did that skim off the bar? The prize money alone and whatnot, we went from 1,200 quid. I think we have about almost 40 grand in the bank now, which I'm grateful for. I'm like, we're doing okay. So, but my FM10 offline save is a challenge. It's not a bottom to top. It's a specific challenge. So, Sheamus is there. Belgrave heads it clear. Frack will come down with it. Lim have taken a 3-1 lead over Old. That's a pen. That's not a pen? Squad size around 70? Jesus. We need any and all games in the schedule. Yeah. Wow. So, yeah, I'm a little more traditional in how I play FM. Why say that I'm playing a level 20 to the top? But I don't have preseason friendlies halfway through. The only exception that I might think about is like we had a period, I think in our first season or our second season, where we literally had 4 weeks between games. So it was one of those ones where like that might be worth scheduling a friendly for. They've got a corner here in the 90th minute, but we didn't do it anyway. Uh, Jones whips it in. Parks, that's a good header. It still needs to be cleared. Hutchinson back to Jones. I think Jones is offsides. He's not. You're a feeder academy. I got you. That makes sense. So, 91st minute. First minute of added time, I should say. Hutchinson's there. Jack wins the header. It's going to be another Cone corner if that goes out the way it is. Hutchinson runs it down, though. Thank you, Sheamus, for cutting that out. Center. I was going to say, you got a Konikun turn. Feed Sheamus. Run, Sheamus. Run into space. Keep running. Run. No, oh, my God. Nobody's kept their head up. Wasn't a bad cutback ball, but just nobody kept nobody paid attention, man. Ben Brindley, Konikun, McKendy, Simon Roger McKendy for Sheamus. Second minute of added time. That is actually not a pen. That's a straight good challenge by Belgrave. Are they coming back at us? We are like scraping. I mean, we peppered them. We were doing the peppering this time, but we are only one. He's offsides, McKendy. Don't make it easy for us. It's really weird to see this, and the only reason I say weird to see this, I shouldn't say that, but like the last two seasons, and especially last season, we were smashing teams. Donald brings it down. Oh, it's deflected in, for fuck's sake. Ten men, too. 10 fucking men. It's deflected off Jack, too. There's no offsides with it. He's kept. Oh, that is pretty tight, actually. But he's kept on. Fuck's sake. I'm 6-1-0 in the league with 21 goal difference. That sounds like my last two seasons. I'll show you after this game. Oh, that's got to be a foul. This is a free kick we've been gifted here in the final minute of added time. Park's going to take it for me. It's such a fucking weak header. It's going to be a draw. It's going to be a 1-1 draw against 10 men Cone who weren't fancied. Szymanski wastes all the time needed. We should still be playing like 20 or 30 seconds because of the goal celebration. That there is time allowance for that, but we got to win the ball back. And we got players that are just too tired. Somebody win the ball back, please. Don't let them score again. Nope. 1-1 draw. First game I got FM'd also. I just got FM'd here. Fucking hell. I mean, 10 men, and we've peppered the shit out of them. I mean, look at their passing chart and their heat index, and look at ours. And we've drawn 1-1. I mean, we did everything right. We had the possession. We had the where's the possession stat? Is it not on here? Progressive passes, please. It's on here. I'm just maybe blind. Oh, here it is, 60%. So we had the possession. We X out G'd them. We absolutely lit up the goal. We had more chances. half chances and clear-cut chances. Like, did everything right. We passed better. We tackled better. We won the headers more. Uh, but we just didn't score the second goal. So uh, we should have won that match. We 100% should have won that match. So no sweet, sweet victory. You don't get to play it. Instead, I can only play. There's only one sound appropriate for drawing against 10 men. That's the only appropriate sound. Um, we'll do leagues in focus for our YouTube audience because this is being recorded and will go up. Absolutely shocking. Yeah, really poor performance. That completely unacceptable result. We're 2 points adrift off the top. We're still in the promotion spot by a point, but Badger, Standish White, Standish St. Wilfrid's reserves, Badger casuals, they've all yet to play. Langho under 21s even, who could leapfrog us, have yet to play. Um, that is disappointing. It was 3-1 for Lim reserves over old Blackburnian reserves as well. So, yeah, that's a rough result. It's a rough way to draw a game. Um, it's a really rough way to draw a game. So, but to be fair, last season we did draw 2-2 at home against the team that finished bottom. Like, that's Akoni Kun is out 1 to 2 days. That's fine. Post-match press conference. Let's kick this off with Bobby Henry, Football 365. Your 9-match run of league games without conceding is finally over. How do you feel after your defense? I'm so proud of what the lads have done. Ollie Donald's dramatic late equalizer must have been a real kick in the teeth. How will that moment affect you? Uh, they will learn from that experience and not concede late in a match like that again. I'll say that. So Andrew Williams won Player of the Week from Carlton over South Manchester. But that is that. Oh, that was the other game. Carlton Sports Club beat South Manchester. South Manchester, by the way, were like ninth the whole season last season. And then literally on the last day of the season, snuck out on like goal difference. And so they're not expected to be anywhere good. Um, I think they're going to be a relegation candidate for sure. If I go to where do I go? I guess I'm going to have to go here and then go to history and then go to is there like seasons? Can you do seasons? I guess yeah. So our first year we were in. Why did it take me back here? This is the division we were in our first year. We finished 17-2-1. We lost to Earlham, and we finished 53 points clear. Or 53 points. We finished 4 points clear. We played them on the penultimate game of the season, and we were a point ahead. And then we beat them, I think, 3-2, I think, or 4-3, or something like that. And or was it? No, 2-0. We beat them 2-0. And then, so that put us up as champions. Look at Signal, by the way. Almost bottled. Look at Signal. 0-0-20, 18 scored, 82 conceded, minus 64, not a single point. Like, that is just brutality, man. That is just a brutal season. Then the second season, we were really good. We won 16-2 and 0. We scored 57. We conceded 15. Like, we got way better, right? Um, and we went up as deserving champions, and we kept it that way. Last season, the reserve team got sent home, forcefully retired. Yeah, exactly. And then last season, we kept it up. We did 16-2-0 again, scored 48, conceded only 11 times. Defensively, we were excellent. And then we finished 15 points clear. So we were way better than a lot of these sides, right? But that now this current season, of course, Earlham are top. They're just so good. But now this current season, we are 1-1-0 to start. 3 goals for, 1 goal against. So let's do leagues in focus because I like to do that for the YouTube crowd. So let's talk about the leagues. Montreal, we'll start with MLS. They've picked up a playoff spot. They are 5 clear of NYCFC at the top with 2 games in pocket, though. Miami's 3rd, DC 4th, New England 5th, Atlanta 6th. Philly's win over Chicago pulls them 7th, ahead of Chicago. In 8th, Columbus are 7 points clear of Cincinnati in 10th. Charlotte are the worst team in the East. They have about 7 games left in that league. Galaxy were the first team to secure a playoff spot. They're 5 points clear at the top of the West. Kansas City's joined them in the playoffs, and then it is Portland Timbers, Real Salt Lake, Vancouver Whitecaps, LAFC, Austin FC, Minnesota United, and the Houston Dynamo, who have pipped Seattle to the playoff spot on, I think, literally goal difference, or it might be points per game. Um, so Seattle have a chance. There's 3 clubs with 29 too, and even Dallas is only 3 point out of the playoffs. This is why having a play-in game like the NBA does and the MLS does, and all, this is why it's dog. Man, it's crap. I'm sorry. The whole NBA play-in tournament, the 8th, 9th play-in game here, absolutely terrible. It makes no sense because you're telling me the objectively the worst team in the Western Conference still has a chance potentially on the last day of the season if the table was like this to sneak in and then get a chance to play for the MLS Cup. Like they don't deserve it. They do not deserve it. But that's where they're at. So Charlotte is definitely the worst team in the league. They are 16-point adrift of the playoffs. So they're actually going to be, if they haven't already been, uh, actually, yeah, they are eliminated. They've got 5 games left. That would put them on 34 points. That's not enough. So Charlotte's the first team out. Over in the Premier League, Villa are still unbeaten, but they're second because Chelsea's played one more and pipped them 1 goal difference. City's third, Newcastle fourth. My beloved West Ham is up to fifth. Forest are sixth. Leicester, who barely stayed up last season, are seventh. Are they doing it again? Arsenal are eighth. Liverpool are ninth. Everton down to 10th. Man U is 11th. Spurs is 12th. Look at that gorgeousness of mediocrity. You love to see it when those teams struggle. Brentford are above the drop by a single point. Brighton is in there on 2. Norwich is 19th. Southampton is yet to win a game. Sky Bet Championship, Portsmouth now top, Palace second, trying to come right back up after being relegated last season. Coventry, Blackburn Rovers, Sheffield United, West Brom are in the playoff places. Sheffield United also relegated last season, trying to come back up. Birmingham, Luton, also relegated last season, trying to come back up. Ipswich and Rotherham are all on the outside on goals. They're level on points with West Brom. And then further down the table, you've got Swansea, who've climbed out of the drop zone. Huddersfield Town, Oxford United, and Preston North End are in the drop. Sky Bet League One, it's still Salford City leading the way. Charlton Athletic have joined them on 11 points and in a promotion spot. Stockport County down to third. It's Plymouth Argyle who've also jumped into the playoffs places, along with Cardiff and Stoke now. Pipping out Fleetwood Town on just goals. Reading, Burton Albion, Bolton Wanderers all a point behind. And then at the bottom, you've got Chesterfield, who have come up from Vanarama National, by the way, to get into League One, just trying to stay in League One. They are in the drop by a point. Wrexham, Wycombe Wanderers, and Sheffield Wednesday are all above the drop by a point. Wrexham coming up from League Two the season prior. Cambridge United, Tranmere Rovers, Crewe Alexandra are joining them in the drop. Sky Bet League 2, it's Carlisle United. I believe that's Carlisle United, right? United, yeah. Oh my God, look at this. 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 10. So Carlisle United, Barrow, and Bristol Rovers are in the promotion spots on just goal difference by a single goal over Grimsby Town, Peterborough United. And then it's a point to Forest Green Rovers, who are now in a playoff spot. Exeter City, who came down from League One last season, trying to go back up. And then it's Swindon Town, who's outside on goal difference, along with the Dons of Wimbledon, Bradford City as well. Walsall a point behind. At the bottom, Mansfield Town and the promoted Colchester United are the teams that are struggling. In the Vanarama National, Scunthorpe United who has had, again, they have had phenomenal starts to the season, and they have fallen off in the second half. They have not been able to get promoted despite being a very good team year in and year out. They lead the league again by a point. Doncaster Rovers, the relegated Northampton Town, Southend United also with East Lie, AFC Fouled, and Barnet are in the playoff places. York City, Torquay United outside the playoff places or just goal difference. And then it is a point away for Solihull Moors, Kidderminster Harriers, and FC Halifax. The division above us, Fenscows and Pleasanton's Reserves. Or Fenniscals. My only loss to Hartlepool in a friendly. Did they get out of Vanarama? Hartlepool are in the worst. They're about to go down to Vanarama's. Would that be south? Maybe? I don't know. They're actually struggling in my save. They're really struggling in my save. And so there is that. Let's see. Where was I? Oh yeah, the division above us, Fenniscals and Pleasanton Reserves lead the league by 2 points. They're the only 2-0 team. Astley Reserves are in the promotion spot on goal difference ahead of Elton Lib Hargreaves and Mill Hill Reserves. Rolls are a point behind them, along with Croft Reserves. And at the bottom, winless is Mill Hill St. Peter and Langho Reserve. So you might have a little bit of a Mill Hill derby there in the league. Interesting thing, by the way, and I did want to show you, one of the things that's neat about this database is because um, the amateur league, so obviously if you are a professional club, you're a Premier League club, you have things like Premier League 2, which is your reserve league, you have under 18s, you have under 21s, it's the same thing all the way down. But then once you get to the county leagues and especially the regional leagues like these guys, like what we're in right now, nobody's paid and there's no under 21s league. So to give the team minutes, the reserve teams and all that stuff, um, what they do is they actually play in the divisions. So you'll see, like, the crazy thing is, this is nuts, by the way. Uh, well, what'd they get relegated to? Where'd they get relegated to? That makes no sense. So, but let me go division above real quick. Overview. Oh, I meant to go to stages and see if I can pick one up. Nope. Let me see if I can pick one up here. Yeah, you have clubs. So because you have some teams, so like we're playing Rolls reserves, and the division above us has Rolls, the main squad in it. So because of that, to avoid conflict of interest, Rolls are actually just straight up barred from gaining promotion. So you will get teams that you'll get divisions as well that it's like the team in bottom can't go down or the team in top can't go up because it creates a conflict of interest. So you end up with scenarios where they literally take the next team in the league. And there's been like this is the craziness of the pyramid this far down. Necton are a senior side, so they go up, but Madra under 21s couldn't go up, and Holt United under 21s couldn't go up, but Madra under 18s couldn't go down. They're actually not even supposed to be. So this is a bug from the database, but they can't go down. So what happens? The team in third gets relegated, and the team in fifth goes up. Like it creates craziness when you have these things in the league. So um, it actually is like it becomes pretty nuts pretty quickly. Like just all sorts all sorts of absolutely wackiness in the league. So like there you go. Rising Stars couldn't be relegated, and Gala Witten under 18s couldn't be relegated. So what happened? They had to relegate Dursley Town under 18s, who if they finished on 23 points, they won 7 games, but because they finished a point back of Painswick Reserves, they go down. and it creates a craziness. And there's all sorts of reassignment as well. Clubs are constantly reassigned. You'll get promoted from like Devon and Exeter Division 2, but another club is a little bit that got promoted elsewhere is a little bit more regional to Devon and Exeter, so they'll move you out of Division 1 and stick them in, and then you get reassigned to a completely different division. So it it gets a little bit crazy. It tries to avoid conflict of interest. Obviously, we found a case where there is conflict of interest, but um, nonetheless, it's a neat database, and it tries very hard to capture both the promotion and relegation in these lower divisions and the constant reassignment that happens. Because reassigning really will happen all the way down to about level and including, or I should say, it happens from level 20, the worst division, obviously the lowest division, but it'll happen all the way up to like level 9 and including level 9. So once you get to the county leagues, reassignment still happens. Um, but I've been absolutely smashing the Richmond Rovers 6-0-0. They're a rival team of the rival of my team, so they always accept the request and it draws money. Nice, nice. That is it for me tonight. So we drew and we won. We're off to the start of season 4. Let me stop the YouTube recording real quick and thank everybody on YouTube who watched this, because this was CLG FC episode 58. We will have Langho under 21s next. They're in 7th, and that'll be episode 59. We hope to see you then. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next episode, take care.